I, 27F, just met my boyfriend, 30M, of 9 months wife. I feel sick. I met my boyfriend online. Right away, he felt like a long-term relationship. We said we loved each other after 5 months, vacationed together, he met my family. We were so compatible. This weekend he had to fly to St. Louis for work. He often traveled for work, usually just a few days each month. When he was here, we were together. I decided to stop by a popular donut shop this morning, and when I walked in I saw him. My heart starting pounding and I walked out. Somehow he didn't see me. He was with a woman and a couple with a baby, sitting outside. I stood across the street, looking for signs of affection, and tried to call him to see if he'd lie to me. He didn't pick up. Maybe it was his sister or a friend or a co-worker. He lied, but maybe there was some explanation. I followed them at a distance as they walked the few blocks to his apartment. I couldn't just walk away. He gave her ponytail a tug, which felt intimate, but still maybe. I paced around his apartment a few minutes before deciding to knock. She answered. I asked if she was his girlfriend. No, I'm his wife. I couldn't breathe. His friend joked, there's a lady here to see you. Says she's your girlfriend. I wonder what he thought afterward. He came out, so did his wife. I think I said some WTFs before collapsing against the wall. I told his wife we'd been dating for 9 months. He told her he had messed up. There was silence. She was calm. I asked for my frying pan back. For some reason it's all I could think of. His cookware was all such poop. I took it and told him not to call me. How can this be real? This happens in soap operas, not real life. I looked it up. We started dating a month before they married. What would possess a person to do that? He didn't treat me like a piece on the side. It was a relationship. We were making plans for the future. I thought we would get married. How could I know that someone beat me to it? Talk to me. Say anything. What could I have done? How can I trust again? I wasted so much time and emotion on him. What do I do now? It doesn't feel real. What do I tell people? TL, didn't read. My boyfriend dated me while his wife was in another state. I stumbled across his lie today. Edit, since there's so much confusion, I'll clarify. We met through a dating website. We were not long distance or all online. He had moved to my city several months before for work, but still owned a house in California where he would travel to see clients and family and, what's clear now, his wife. It was usually a few days each month, sometimes more or less, but the majority of his time was here. I have no idea if she ever visited before. His friends visited once, but we had only been dating a few months, so I agreed to give him space for his guys' weekend. I was pushing to meet his family this summer since I would be traveling to California for a wedding. Who knows what lie he would have come up with. The only social media he has is LinkedIn and maybe Twitter, but I've never been on Twitter. His name is common enough that nothing came up until I googled him along with his city and the word wedding. I was never given a reason to dig deeper. They got married a little over a month after we first met. I looked back at our texts. He was messaging me the day of the wedding. Thank you for your sympathy. I felt so blindsided and keep thinking about how it could have been so much worse if I hadn't seen them. To those who doubt, that's okay. It's an unbelievable story and I wish I had more answers as to what he was thinking, but I'm not ready to ask, and most of you have advised me not to bother. Right now I'm just going to focus on making it through the next few days.
Hey guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help me out, thanks.
I asked for my frying pan back. For some reason it's all I could think of. His cookware was all such poop. I took it and told him not to call me. I'm sorry, but this cracked me up. Adulterer. Give me back my cookware. This sucks, really it does. But some people you meet in this life are just absolute shitbags. When the shock wears off, you will be able to laugh about it. For now, surround yourself with the good people in your life. Depending on how you're feeling, if they ask about D-bag, either answer it just didn't work out or tell them the truth. No one is going to judge you for it. You didn't know. 24F, caught my 26M of 5 years cheating the night before I left for Europe for a month. My boyfriend and I have had a tumultuous relationship. It started off in a dark place, with him leaving his girlfriend at the time for me. However, that process took a long time and was in itself questionable. This was half a decade ago, and as much as I like to believe people change, I was wrong in this case. There have been multiple infractions against my trust and disrespect toward me as a person, almost always when I was away from home. And always with an acquaintance, making my forgiving him even more shameful of an experience for me. However, it had never been physical to my knowledge. Last night, as I was in Chicago preparing to fly to Rome today, he was extremely attentive. We talked all day, FaceTimed, and expressed how much we missed each other. Then, at night he told me he was going to a show with a man who is notorious for buying drinks for everyone. I knew they'd be drinking and got a bad feeling. As I texted him through the night, he was responsive and sent videos of the show he was at. I saw a girl sitting in one of them that I thought I recognized. A few hours later, I ask if he's home. He says he is. I attempt to FaceTime to say goodnight, and he responds that he is in fact not home. I ask where he is, and he replies almost home. This is off-putting. I ask how far, and he simply says home now. His short responses and inconsistency immediately worry me. I call him, to no answer. On only a gut feeling, I say that I am not comfortable with the way he's communicating. He says going to sleep. At this point, I think I knew already what would happen. Throughout the night I attempt to contact him. I look at the girl's Instagram who I recognized, and she has a photo of her car. My wonderful friend, who works nights, was just about to get off work. As I was out of state, she said she would drive by his house to see if he was home. I am already devastated that my level of trust was so low. But it became non-existent when we found her car was parked outside. In the morning I confront him. He invalidates my worry, saying that she simply slept on the couch because they were silly and that he would never do anything to jeopardize what we have and how well things were going. So I messaged her on Facebook. It was an extremely respectful and cordial conversation. She informed me that she did in fact sleep in the bed, it got physical, and that he was not sleeping when I was trying to get a hold of him. He denied it to the very last seconds until I told him she and I had spoken. Then he hung up on me. We are, or were, best friends. I know things about him that he wouldn't want anyone else to know. I know that he loves me. I don't think he knows how to love someone inside of a relationship. So now I'm here in Rome a little heartbroken, trying to figure out how I don't let this ruin this time that's supposed to be so rich when I feel so ruined. I'm also with my grandparents, who are a slight stress factor and don't know what happened, so going off on my own all day isn't necessarily an option at the moment. Any advice would be appreciated. Too long, didn't read. Boyfriend got caught cheating while I was in a different state, about to fly to a different country, and I'm dealing with some serious cognitive dissonance. If I were you, I'd consider myself single from now on. There's plenty of nice Italian guys around to help you get over him. Me, 23F, with my GF, 22F, of 3 years, broke up with me because she wanted to try other guys but now wants to get back. I just want to say English isn't my first language, so excuse any mistakes. So my GF and I became a couple during college, and we were a very happy couple all the 3 years we were together. We helped each other through so much and are much better people because of each other. Recently she took up a fellowship program and met a guy there that she claims was just an infatuation. But it got to a point where I felt she was emotionally cheating on me. So when I confronted her about it, she said that she was suddenly freaked out about how serious we had gotten and that she wished she could have experiences with other men. We've both not been in relationships or even had flings before. I took it pretty badly, but I managed to get myself together and accept the situation. She insisted we remain friends and even encouraged me to go to and try other women. Over the next few weeks she would mention a couple of her experiences and then go on to tell me that she realized that I was right for her all along, and she just did the whole thing because she suddenly felt claustrophobic in the relationship. She now says she doesn't want to be with anyone else and wants to get back together. She's really nice to me and she seems genuinely sorry and willing to fix things. She says I'm even allowed a few flings to compensate for everything. Is this even right? I'm confused. What do I do? Too long, didn't read, GF of 3 years broke up to try other guys. Tried other guys, now wants to get back. What do I do? Your girlfriend only wanted to try other guys after she met one guy who she was infatuated with. She wanted to try him. She only brought this up as an excuse for the fact that you rightly called her out on emotional cheating. She got what she wanted. It's up to you to get what you want. Do you want to be with someone who was willing to put a stranger over you? Can you trust her again? Does a few random flings even mean anything compared to someone she is with all the time that she had feelings for? It's not like she realized her mistake before she was with him, only afterwards. Can you settle for being second best? I, 32M, got an email from some woman about an affair my wife, 31F, is having. Throw away because duh. My wife and I have been together for 7 years, married for 2. Everything in our relationship is great. We rarely fight or have any arguments. This morning I checked my email, as I do every morning, and saw an email from someone I didn't know. I open it up and the email basically stated that my wife was having an affair. The woman went into pretty good detail, showing the texts and emails between her and the other man. I didn't believe it until I logged into my Facebook and saw the message from that same woman which said, "Hey, I'm sorry but I have some bad news for you. Please check your email." As it turns out, this woman who emailed me was the wife of the guy my wife is cheating on me with. I can't believe this. This came out of left field. Our relationship was never in a rough spot. I have no clue what led to this. I'm really not sure what to do at this moment. Too long, didn't read, got an email from a woman which shows my wife is cheating on me. Trust, but verify.